Did you know that sexual trauma can sometimes show up as hypersexuality? It might sound confusing, even contradictory, but it's one of the ways the brain tries to cope with pain and regain control. For some people, what looks like promiscuity on the outside is actually survival on the inside. If you've ever judged someone or even yourself for being too sexual, what you're about to learn might change how you see it completely. This topic is rarely talked about, even in mental health spaces, but it sits in the gray area between shame and survival. People often assume that being overly sexual means someone just wants attention or has no boundaries. But for many trauma survivors, it's not about desire. It's about trying to feel safe in a world that once took that safety away. In this video, we'll explore what's actually happening in the brain, why some survivors respond this way, and how understanding it can replace shame with compassion and healing. Because once you understand why, healing starts to make sense. When someone experiences trauma, especially something involving power, consent, or safety, the brain shifts into survival mode. The amygdala, our internal alarm system, becomes overly alert. It starts scanning for danger, even when none is there. The brain doesn't just remember trauma, it reorganizes itself around it. At the same time, the brain's reward system begins to associate small moments of relief or control with certain behaviors, even ones that might not feel good later. It's not a conscious choice, it's conditioning. The brain learns, this makes me feel safe, even for a moment. But here's what most people don't realize. The brain can mistake control for safety. And that mistake can shape how someone experiences intimacy for years. Why yes feels safer than no. For some survivors, sex begins to feel like a way to stay safe. Saying yes can feel safer than saying no, because saying no might lead to rejection, anger, or danger. In these moments, control becomes the illusion of safety. By choosing what happens, even if it's painful, the brain whispers, at least I'm the one deciding. And in that moment, saying yes isn't about desire, it's about protection. It's the brain saying, if I can control what happens, maybe it won't hurt as much this time. To the outside world, it might look like consent, but inside, it's fear management. It's not empowerment, it's protection. The body and mind are trying to rewrite the story, turning fear into predictability and helplessness into control. Hypersexuality as a coping mechanism. Hypersexuality in this context isn't about desire or pleasure. It's about avoiding fear, rejection, or being ignored. It's about using closeness to quiet the alarm inside, even if that closeness feels empty afterward. Everyone copes differently. Some people shut down and avoid intimacy altogether. Others seek it constantly, even if it's not safe or fulfilling. Some people cope by avoiding intimacy, others by chasing it. Both are the same language of fear spoken differently, and both are valid. Both are survival responses, different ways the brain tries to regain a sense of control and safety, and it's important to note. Not everyone who experiences trauma develops hypersexuality, and not everyone who is hypersexual has trauma. But for some, the connection runs deep. From a psychological perspective, this is known as a trauma response, the mind's way of adapting to an overwhelming experience. It's not a sign of weakness or brokenness. It's proof of how powerful and creative the human brain can be in finding ways to survive. The brain doesn't care if something feels good. It only cares if it feels predictable. That's why people can get stuck, repeating patterns that don't make them happy, because predictability feels safer than uncertainty. The brain is trying to rewrite the story. Powerlessness becomes choice. Shame becomes control. Fear becomes familiarity. And while those patterns might not be healthy, they make sense. They're the body's way of saying, I'm still trying to protect you. If this sounds familiar, please know you're not broken. You were protecting yourself in the only way you knew how. You can't hate the parts of you that kept you safe. You can only teach them new ways to feel safe again. Healing begins when you understand that, when you learn that the behaviors that once kept you safe may no longer be serving you. Through trauma-informed therapy, support groups, or even gentle self-awareness, you can start to rebuild safety from the inside out. You can learn what real connection feels like without fear, without shame, and without needing to survive anymore. Because healing isn't about erasing your coping mechanisms, it's about understanding them and gently teaching your body what peace feels like again, or for the first time ever. Everyone's journey looks different. What matters most is knowing that your reactions made sense. They were your body's way of keeping you alive until it was safe to heal. So when sexual trauma shows up as hypersexuality, it's not about wanting too much, it's about wanting to feel safe again. If this message resonated with you, share in the comments what this video made you think or feel. Your voice could remind someone else that they are not alone. And if you'd like more gentle insights like this, remember to like, subscribe, and join us for your daily mini dose of learning about yourself and the people around you. You are not alone, and your healing matters.